In the top left-hand corner, we have the local hero, the superstar, as he was nicknamed by Tarson. Dignitas is BlinG. And his opponents coming straight from Korea, playing for Steam Western Wolves, representing Terran as well. We have Sting. And Sting is going to go for a wall-off here. He did win the first game, going for this type of quick wall-off. I think we're going to see the same build as he went for in the first game. You don't change a winning strategy. Well, actually in StarCraft you do, but sometimes you should not, especially if you play Terran and your build is supposed to be the best at the highest level. That's actually how I feel.
Well, also don't forget as well, because in the group stages here they are best of threes. So later on in the bracket stage where you're playing a best of 5 against like an opponent that you're just preparing solidly for, then maybe the mind games can creep in. You might win a game and still switch up your strategy. Here in a best of 3 though, it's like they still have to prepare for every other opponent in their group.
Yes.
So if something ain't broken.
And BlinG is actually going for a very quick scout in this game. He's not gonna leave anything to luck. He's not going to try to scout later on with ESET. Oh, he's going for a second gas, I think, here in a second. He's already rallied a pro. Oh, actually, no. It was a pylon. I thought he rallied on the gas. But yeah, he's going to go. This is his standard pylon. I wouldn't be surprised if he had 2 extra gates just below the pylon and gas by his second gas.
Yeah.
And he's going to be able to scout where Sting is, most likely before the Marine is out, but I'm not actually sure. And Sting is not walled off just yet completely with his second depot. He's going to start mining from his gas here in a second. What do you think we're going to see?
Well, Sting took the gas, I think, at 15. So this looks like we're going to see 2 Marines pop out of him and then maybe a Reaper. Possible. I've seen that build before. We'll have to check out what he wants to transition into. And then, of course, we'll have like Reactor, Factory, and make sure we expand behind that as well. In the meantime, BlinG, though, well, once again, I really like how much care and attention BlinG is putting into his SimCity in the early game here. I think that's fantastic.
And usually, I think, if you see Reapers,
okay, cool.
If you see Reapers, it will always be as first or after 1 Marine.
Yeah, the second Marine, I've seen it once or twice before in some of the online qualifiers here for ESET, but it's definitely less common after that. I think 1 Marine and then the Reaper is significantly more popular. I completely agree with you.
The thing
then the
is,
Reactor goes straight down.
If you go for a very quick Reaper before even getting a single Marine, you can get into your opponent's main before he has his first Stalker. So you can see if he has second gas, you can see where his third pylon is placed, which can tell you a lot of the time if you're getting proxied or not. And that's very important informations. And because of that, you're not going to have to scout with an SCV, but yeah, this is a 4-player map. Sting, he has to know where his opponent is, and he's going to start scouting a bit. Oh, actually, did he already sense something? Because if I look at Sting's vision...
yeah, we had 1 unit die, I suspect, when it was there. So he's
sending a second SCV then right now to confirm there is a Nexus and what his opponent might have. And actually, BlinG, he moved out with his first Stalker, so this SCV is going to be uncontested here in BlinG's main. He's going to be able to spot exactly what he's going for, and the Stalker shouldn't be able to do any real damage, as we have a couple Marines in position ready to receive it.
And the Mothership Core not quite fast enough to deny scouting to this SCV. It will see both gases before the Mothership Core finishes it off there, so absolutely nothing unscouted except for the robotics facility, which was put down literally the second the SCV died.
And the Stalker taking quite some damage here. BlinG going for the 2 extra gates in the bottom left-hand side of his main. And I don't like this much, because if he gets dropped here, Photon Overcharge is not going to help. This is way too far.
That's a great point, actually.
Maybe he's trying to hide them, but I don't see why he would. I mean, he's gone for a standard build. Maybe he wants his opponent to worry. Imagine Sting scan between the main and expansion of BlinG, and he sees only 1 Warp Gate and 1 Robo. He's going to be like, what? Is it Dark Templar dropping me or something?
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. I think it's designed possibly so that 1 scan doesn't get all the infrastructure there to see if...
oh, and Sting messing up his SCV in his main here.
Yeah, just a little bit. He was actually supply blocked a bit earlier as well, and he actually is again on 46. So Sting not having the best of starts here macro-wise, but of course still very, very formidable indeed. And the map is so big that it's not like there's going to be some sort of instantaneous punishment if a mistake like that happens, unless it was inside an engagement. So 46 to 50 supply adds currently stands in favor of our Terran player, and BlinG is currently ahead on workers, 36 to 29.
Oh, and Sting is doing the same as he did before. He's going to start an add-on a tech lab on his starport. It is not for his starport, it is for the barracks he's making right next to it to just fly there and have the add-on ready just on time for those barracks to start producing units. And I like this trick. We have a medevac on the way here with 2 mines and 4 marines, but the mothership core should be in position and ready to use the photon overcharge to defend against this, but he has no units in the main. BlinG is going to have to react very quickly here.
Oh, he is indeed, and Sting, oh, he doesn't see the gateways in the bottom left. He could have potentially just unpowered those for a while if he wanted to do so. Now just going to be boosting into the main mineral line. Here comes the drop. The medevac actually following the probes out to try and get as maximum damage done as possible. He sees the buildings over in the top part as well, and we've got the photon overcharge. Is the medevac going to get away? Yes, it does, and he sees those 2 gateways as well.
And yeah, the mine here is going to die. Sting, I like his choice of picking up and leaving when he could here, instead of staying and losing everything. He knew his opponent will have observers on time. There was already the photon overcharge used. And Sting, he's just swapped his barracks for his factory and starport. He's going to start producing a lot of motors out of those 2 barracks.
A drop into the natural as well, Todd. He saw that photon overcharge used in the main, so just looped the medevac straight back around, gets a couple of probe kills, not too many there. He's ground up to a grand total of 7. And, oh no, another supply block there from Sting. But managing to do a little bit of damage to BlinG, but yeah, like you said, not too much.
And Sting just scanned in his main to try and kill an observer, but I'm not sure, but I think there was no observer there. He might have seen a ghost or something. Not sure what happened. In the meantime, BlinG, he's fell behind a little bit in this game. I mean, Sting started dropping. He did not commit too much to those drops. He's only put 4 marines and 2 mines in there. He did some damage. In total, he's killed 7 probes right now, and you would think that's a little number, but it's actually quite big, because Sting right now is on 44 SCVs to 47 probes, but he has mules. He does not need to use a single scan right now.
Ouch, that looked painful. Zealot in the middle of the map, getting 2 swipes off on a Marine before the Widow Mine decided, you know what, guys, just calm down, and finishing both of them off. Massive explosion there, body parts everywhere, and neither player has control of the center. Sting, though, is now going to be moving out to try and reclaim control. He might be getting there out roughly the same time as 4 Stalkers. He could catch a couple of them out of position here. BlinG is research, so he could potentially blink back. He does indeed to try and save those units, and Sting will regain control of the middle of the map.
Yeah, Sting doesn't have Stimpack yet. He's researching it, as well as combat shields and Terran infantry weapons level 1. So I think he's going to hit the timing here when he gets all of those upgrades to start and drop and do some damage. BlinG, he was going to take a quick third here, but I think he's realized how much army Sting has, so he's just going to have to make units for the moment.
Well, the thing with this game so far, I feel, is that so far in this series, Sting hasn't been able to get that much damage done with drops, which is why we saw a lot of discouraged drop play in the game that BlinG won. And he's sort of gone back to experimenting with a drop in this game, and he saw, oh, okay, it's not game-ending or anything, but I actually did a decent amount of damage, so he might get encouraged later on as we have the engagement here at the natural expansion ramp. Moving in, the force fields not quite trapping out any of the army there, so Sting will be able to fight with full force. Zealots coming in now to try and tank a lot of that damage, but they're just coming in and being vaporized one by one before they're actually able to do too much more. We now have photon overcharge as well, but so much of the army from Sting remains. 116 supply to 65, and BlinG is looking to be in a world of trouble right now.
And Sting just has way too much army supply before this fight even started. BlinG not being able to see him coming. He did not throw down those preemptive force fields to buy himself enough time to get enough units. Sting just crushing through BlinG's army, and GG is going to be called.
It is indeed, and Sting